Good evening and welcome back to Cape Crusader Chris. As always, I'm Cape Crusader Chris. Tonight, I'm going to be getting into my review for Matt Fraction's Batman issue number two. So, issue one left off with a shot of Robin being held by GCPD. And last issue, we followed Batman. So, it was issue one. It was a sort of a refresh into the main continuity Batman, the third number one in the historical era of Batman. And we had a great conversation with Killer Croc. We got, introduced to Commissioner Vandal. Jim Gordon is now an officer in the streets again. He's not a detective, and so on and so forth. But so this issue is titled Robin Rides the Black Maria. So this is a Robin centric Tim Drake issue, and we see flashbacks and the current story being told. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, we're going to start off in the past, and we see sort of the dynamic between Damian, Tim Drake, Bruce Wayne, Alfred. And the main focal point of this issue is developing and showing the relationship being built between Tim Drake and Bruce, because he is the current Robin. And you know what I loved about this issue is that it shows the ways that Bruce gives confidence into his wards, and the little things that he does to give them confidence. And in this past, this flashback scene that we're going to be seeing throughout the issue, it's Bruce showing Tim how to drive a stick, but not the Batmobile. He's driving a beat up truck. And the main, like the current story is Robin is stopping a robbery of these goons pulled over a box truck to get the goods out of it. One of the robbers kills the driver for no apparent reason, and Robin steps in. And George Jimenez, the one who's doing the artwork for this, the way he captures dynamic poses of like Robin, and then we'll see Batman later on. It's just incredible. And what I really enjoy about this issue is that we see how serious Robin can get, even whenever he's dealing with the cop. Um, the main plot line as well is, we see Bruce building his relationship with. Well, they already have a relationship, but like building the confidence in Tim Drake. We see Tim Drake, you know, stop. He chases down the thief. Turns out it's baby formula. So the thief that he chases down is not the one that shot the driver. That was another guy that took off afterwards. And from what it looked like Tim was gonna give him some sort. He was gonna turn him in because he helped rob a box truck, but the guy was looking for baby formula. So it just shows that, you know, Robin, Batman, they don't have pity on crime, but there's levels to it. And this cop, we get introduced to a dirty cop. Uh, the cop's name's escaping me. We'll see it later on. But this guy is just a piece of work. He's abusing his power. He shot the armed robber. Well, I don't know if the guy was armed at this time. I don't think he had anything. But the guy was running. The cop shot him in the back. Robin gets upset, and now the cop's pointing the gun at Robin. And with Commissioner Vandal and this police force, or at least this version of GCPD, they hate. Well, some of them hate Batman and Robin. Of course, that's nothing new. But the way that Matt Fraction, the way he's able to work it into the story, it's not just hey freak, like in the Batman Part One, where it's like it's Halloween, your favorite time of year. It's not just snarky comments. It's like I'm gonna hold you at gunpoint and I'm gonna shoot you because in this next panel we see Robin try to flee and the cop gets him. He grazes him in the rib area or like close to the stomach. And yeah, this just jumps into some of the best, back of a squad car or back of a SWAT truck, paddy wagon that fight sequences I've seen in a Batman comic. But before we get into that, of course, we get into more of our backstory, our flashback scene, and it's just Bruce. Depending on which version you're getting, Bruce can be a bit of a hard ass. But the way that I like how Matt is, writing him, in this one he's lenient, he's more caring, which he is a caring person. You know, putting a teenage boy wonder in bright red spandex in the middle of the night to get shot at as a distraction is very caring, but that's just Batman lore. I would see Damien be a dick as always. Okay. Back in this big old van. I don't know what I did paddy wagon. I forget the name of it. This cop shot Robin, put him in cuffs, and put him in the back of this van that has what, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight goons, no cuffs, and they're gonna try to beat the hell out of Robin. And while this is all happening, the dirty cop is gonna be driving recklessly so he can shake them in the back and get them all riled up and get them all tossed around. But that doesn't stop Robin from beating their ass. He is consistent in what he does, and that is kicking ass and being the boy wonder. Tim has no struggle. He has struggles because he is shot and cuffed while the rest of them are not, and the big the police vans getting tossed around the police truck. But it just shows the what's the word I'm looking for, the athleticism, the fighting skills that Bruce has instilled in Tim Drake and all the other Robins, and he has no problems dealing with the circumstances that is being put onto him. He breaks free, and I love this panel right here. He just looks so just like angry. He looks like he's like furious, of course, because he witnessed a cop shoot um someone in the back as they were fleeing. When from what I see, they weren't armed, but the cop shot Robin. The cop put him in this predicament. The cop was driving recklessly so he can rough up Robin and all the other guys in the back. All the other goons, it's more so Robin that I'm concerned about, of course. But it's like that scene in Watchmen. I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me, or whatever Rorschach says. Of course, Batman comes in to help Tim Drake. He puts spikes into the bottom of that police truck, gets him out, and when he gets Boy Wonder, he is roughed up, but he's looking better than the other guys. And now we're in a pickle. We see the dirty cop have a shotgun faced at Batman, and his partner having his gun drawn on the cop, because this is the classic dilemma. Some cops like Batman and Robin, and some cops are the opposite. They do not like him. They hate him. And they shoot at each other, and it's sort of like it's a Mexican standoff. They're just eyeballing each other, but Batman does what he does, and he's able to get in the middle, but it's not fast enough. The other cops get shot, and this is just so frustrating. Batman has his back turned, checking on Robin and the other partner, and then the dirty cop shoots him in the back of the head, and his bell is absolutely rung. It Batman, of course, has bulletproof armor. He has the most high tech armor, but getting shot in the back of the head with the shotgun, no matter what kind of cowl you're wearing, it still rings your bell horribly. And this is it's a great moment to sort of pause and then dive back into the flashback. And this was probably my favorite conversation in this whole book, in this issue, where so Tim is struggling to get the car going because he's learning how to drive stick, and he is having trouble getting it into gear. And he's just basically telling Bruce, like, I just started choking because what if one day you need me to drive the Batmo? He's calling it the Batmo. And Bruce is saying, there's no one else that I would rather have behind the wheel than you, partner. And this made me laugh. Bruce told Tim, also, don't ever call it don't ever call it the Matbo. Excuse me, the Batmo. No one calls it that. Wow. I thought that was really neat. And Batman gets his bell rung, and now Robin has to drive. And he has to get thrown into the Batmobile, but the Batmobile has 13 gears, and Robin barely can get into fourth gear, or third gear. And I'm sort of speeding through this interactions because it's just showing that even without Tim being that confident in his driving skills, driving stick, that Bruce Wayne taught him that it's not about whether you can do it or not. It's just if you can believe you can do it. And it's just a full circle moment from the flashback scene that we've been seeing throughout. And I just love how Matt is able to, you know, portray the relationship. It's not as rigid as past interactions that I've read before. This one's a little more caring. And even with Tim being shot, Bruce is still concerned for him when Bruce has got shot in the back of the head with a shotgun point blank. But Robin's always going to be there for his partner, and Batman's always going to be there for his partner. And then at the end of the issue, we see Commissioner Savage. He just gets to the crime scene, and now they could declare Batman and Robin as enemies of the GCPD. That they're armed and dangerous, and it's nothing new. Like I said, we've seen this time and time again of these this commissioner sort of pinning GCPD, at least try to get all the GCPD against Batman and Robin. But I think a little an old commissioner named Gordon is going to have a say about that, at least when he's able to. And that's the end of issue 2. Issue 3 is going to be a Riddler centric comic. I thought this issue was very solid. My favorite parts was the fight scene or the fight choreography between Robin and those goons in the back of the truck, as well as these flashback scenes with Tim, Damian, Bruce, and then Alfred. What I think this issue builds on is that we'll continue to do this world building in Gotham City. That there's different boroughs. I think, do I have the picture of the borough? No, I do not. Yeah, we're just living in Gotham City. We're seeing the relationship between Boy Wonder and Batman and how they're going to be there for each other. Like I mentioned, this is a very solid issue building off of issue 1, which I absolutely loved. And then issue 3, like I mentioned, is going to be Riddler centric. So I'm curious to see how Fraction is going to write Riddler, because I don't think he's never written Riddler before. And then of course, Commissioner Savage, what is he going to keep doing to sort of build up the GCPD against Batman and Robin? So overall, solid issue. Really liked it. Yeah, I can't wait to continue reading. So that is my quick review for Matt Fraction and George Jimenez's Batman issue 2, a Robin centric comic. So what did you think of this issue? I hope you've read it. And yeah, are you enjoying this run so far? Because I'm enjoying these first 2 issues. But yeah, as always, guys, I am K Crusader Chris. I'll catch you next time. Peace.